Nobody deserves this more than him, and nobody deserves this more than his family does.
Today we're diving into something that honestly might make your blood boil. With Donald Trump back in the White House, as many expected, there's a certain group of people, let's call them the worst people in the world, who are absolutely raking in the cash right now. And when I say worst, I mean private prisons, Wall Street banks, and even crypto speculators. So buckle up, because we're gonna unpack exactly who's getting rich and why. But before we jump in, let me tell you what this channel is all about. It's your daily go-to for all things business, finance, investing, AI, and the most fascinating stories that are shaping our world. Collectively, the top 10 richest people gained $64 billion in just the last couple of days. Let's get into it. Alright, first up, let's talk about private prisons. It's no secret that Trump's policies around immigration and crime have always been tough. And that's great news for companies like CoreCivic and Geo Group, the big players in the for-profit prison industry. Their stocks are soaring right now, up almost 60% since Trump's re-election. These companies literally make money by locking people up. And guess what? Trump's campaign promise to ramp up deportations means even more demand for detention centers. And many people are cheering for it too. But this isn't the first time we've seen prison stocks soaring. Back in 2016, after Trump's initial election, it happened as well. And also during the 2024 campaign, after the first presidential debate between Trump and Biden, private prison stocks once again experienced significant gains, anticipating a return to stricter immigration policies. And if you're wondering why this is even possible, it goes back to the 1980s during Reagan's administration, when private companies started running prisons for profit. The government couldn't keep up with rising incarceration rates, mostly thanks to the war on drugs, and these private corporations stepped in to help. But let's be real, the more people they imprison, the more money they make.
Drugs are menacing our society. They're threatening our values and undercutting our institutions. They're killing our children.
It's a system built to profit from keeping prisons full, not from rehabilitation or helping people turn their lives around. But private prisons aren't the only ones winning big. Bitcoin hit a new all-time high, almost $76,000 after Trump promised to make the US the Bitcoin superpower of the world. Remember, Trump's been really cozy with crypto, especially since his son Barron got involved. But he basically flip-flopped on it. In 2021, Trump told Fox Business Bitcoin seems like a scam, and called crypto a disaster waiting to happen, that takes the edge off of the dollar and the importance of the dollar, arguing that the US could or should regulate crypto very, very high. During his campaign though, when people told him he could get more votes from this community, Trump hinted at firing SEC Chair Gary Gensler, who's been cracking down on crypto firms, and that news alone got the market pumped. And speaking of winners, Elon Musk is definitely on the list.
Elon!
Tesla's shares surged by more than 18% after Trump's win. Musk has been all in on Trump since an attempt on Trump's life over the summer. Now it seems like Musk is poised to play a big role in Trump's administration. He's even teasing that he might be in charge of cutting government waste.
How much do you think we can rip out of this wasted $6.5 trillion Harris-Biden budget?
Well, I think we could do at least $2 trillion.
Yeah!
Will he start with his own companies? The New York Times reported that SpaceX and Tesla have already racked up at least $15.4 billion in government contracts over the past decade. Here's the Washington Post. Elon Musk played a video game on his private jet as it hurtled toward Palm Beach, Florida, where he was due to watch election results with former President Donald Trump. As aircraft engines whirred in the background, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX told thousands of listeners that the 2024 presidential campaign was just the start of his political ambitions. So yeah, Elon Musk managing the country's budget, what could go wrong? Wall Street is loving this too. Banks are seeing their stocks jump as investors bet on Trump's economic plans, tax cuts, tariff hikes, and all that jazz. These moves are expected to push up inflation and put a pause on interest rate cuts. Basically, if you're rich, this is all great news. Higher rates mean bigger returns on savings and investments. The US dollar had its biggest jump as well in 8 years, and while that's great for those holding back on cash, it's tough news for anyone else trying to make ends meet. Now let's zoom out a bit. The global markets, not so thrilled. The British pound tanked, but has since recovered. The euro is getting crushed, and countries around the world are bracing for what Trump's trade policies might mean for them. Trump's already talking about jacking up tariffs, especially on China, which could seriously shake things up for the global economy. Experts are warning that the UK and the rest of Europe could get hit hard, and it's no different in Asia, where countries are feeling the heat from Trump's America First attitude. Oh, and there's Taiwan, a major producer of computer chips which basically run the global economy, now with the proliferation of AI. Trump's isolationist vibe has people wondering if the US will back Taiwan against China, and that's causing even more uncertainty. With the coming, perhaps historic trade war, the smart decision is to stock up on supply while costs are low so you can meet your existing commitments. It doesn't matter whether the House goes blue. Trump can unilaterally implement these broad sweeping taxes with executive order. Your best hope is that he doesn't deliver on his promises. If he does, prices are about to go up in a very real way. And there you have it. Trump's back and the rich are getting richer. I mean, what else is new? That's why these billionaire sleazebags were backing him in the first place. The folks who profit off incarceration, volatile crypto, and even tariff hikes are all cashing in, while the rest of the world watches nervously. It's a wild time, and while some are celebrating, others are definitely bracing for what comes next. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Now go watch this video where I tell you what happened when billionaire Warren Buffett's daughter asked him for a $41,000 loan to remodel her kitchen when she was pregnant.